Hey guys, how you doing? Uncle Bob here once again with another video, and today we're going to be doing a try to do a cool video, which is going to be uh, who is the best uh, who's got the best, or actually we'll go with that actually, who's got the best arsenal of weaponry, and between the Punisher, Thomas Jane, from the 2004 Punisher Marvel film. So it's the Thomas Jane Punisher version from 2004. His arsenal of weapons, which is quite a few different weapons, against uh, Matrix from Commando. Was he from about 1985 or 6 or something like that? Or was it 87? I think it might have been 86 or it might have been 85. I don't know. It was quite early anyway, wasn't it? It is. Yeah. So it's going to be Punisher versus Commando. Who has got the better, who is better, and who's got the better array of weapons? I didn't know whether to go with who was the better overall or who's got the better sort of weaponry. Let's just go with weaponry and overall sort of thing, because I just thought of doing this because these are sort of, I think, two of the coolest figures that I've got in terms of, like, you know, having loads of bits and weapons with them, and you know, sort of two of the figures that I've got that are sort of, you know, got quite a array of weaponries. Well, at least as far as, you know, Punisher, he's got various array of weapons throughout the movie, you know, not all in one go. As well as this version of Matrix, he's sort of got those weapons sort of all at the end, doesn't he? Sort of not really during. I think he's got a shotgun at the beginning, and sort of don't really use any weapons, and sort of gets weapons sort of later on in the movie, and then sort of, you know, because he's only like that, you know, what, 15-20 minutes towards the end, really. So when he's sorted out like that, it's not that like that through the whole movie. So he only gets all that gear sort of all tooled up towards the end. That's what Punisher's sort of got all these bits and pieces throughout the movie. But let's see who the coolest is out of these two guys that have got loads of sort of weapons. They're probably two of my favourite action figures in the collection, I guess. Because, you know, I love the Punisher anyway, probably my favourite Marvel character. And I love that NECA version of that Dutch with the bits. Probably quite short in terms of weapons, actually, I think. So I've added a few to that. There's one missing that I couldn't find, but this Punisher obviously it didn't come with all these weapons. I say customized it, but I sort of bought the figure as it is, the Toy Biz Punisher version, and then I added all the weapons. That's like all the weapons from the movies. That looks, you know, like that with all the weapons from the movies. Because the Punisher that you got, the weapons that they comes with that are not the ones it uses from the movies. I don't really understand. They sort of, you know, did a Toy Biz version of that, but then he sort of gave him. They gave him a bazooka, rocket launcher. I think it was a bazooka rocket launcher. Gave him a rocket launcher. They gave him some machine gun. I think the handgun. I think the handgun was the only thing that they gave him that was from the movie. I think, but the other two, there was some strange reason they just did Thomas Jane as Punisher, Toy Biz, but then it sort of wasn't accurate to the movie. The weapons wasn't accurate. The jacket, as far as now, don't get me wrong, I love the jacket because it's pretty cool. It's got magazine clips, bullets, whatever on it, and knives. But I don't think that's the one from the movie. I could be wrong, but as far as I know, I haven't seen those on it. But yeah, for some strange reason, 'cause, I didn't do it, you know, anywhere near the movie. It wasn't accurate. So then, because I wanted one from the 2004 movie, I decided to add the weapons on, and gave them all the cool bits. And then a lot of them, some I had with other figures, and then some I bought. And yeah, um, and yeah, and the Matrix, Drum Matrix Commando figure, I just added a couple onto that. But yeah, let's look at who's better. So obviously Thomas Jane, Punisher 2004, was pretty cool. I mean, to be honest, yeah, it might not be the best film in the world. It's not a massive blockbuster, but I just really, really like the movie, to be honest. And I think it's quite different to usual action film where you see action films, just going in all guns blazing and blowing up stuff, when it's due to the action scene. But in the Punisher 2004 movie, it's sort of a bit sort of tactical, sort of stealth, and there's a bit of a bit of tactics, and he just doesn't go in all guns blazing all the time. He uses a bit of tactics, a bit of stealth in there, along the way, and then sort of bits and pieces in between when he has a few fights in there, and there's a few bits, and then there's big end sort of sequence where there's a big action scene. But yeah, I quite like the film. It's my favourite, Punisher film, and Thomas Jane is my favourite. It's just my favourite version of that. And yeah, as I said, it's not massive, blockbuster, but I quite like it. I've seen it quite a few times, and yeah, I think it's just quite cool, and I think he's just really, really cool, very tactical in that, and just quite cool. And the Dutch is just obviously, I call him Dutch. I'm thinking of, do you know what? I keep, because Dutch from Predator is quite similar to the Commando, and I always seem to somehow get them to, I think it's because it's sort of, army, sort of like that, sort of Dutch is quite similar, and yeah. But yeah, the John Matrix Commando is, he's just all guns blazing. It's quite a short movie, Commando. It's quite quick. Usually I watch it a couple of times because it's just not enjoyable. To me, it just goes too quick when you watch it once. So you should watch it a couple of times. And yeah, he's just awesome in that. Just all guns blazing mostly. Nothing tactical about that. But yeah, he's just awesome in that, as he is in most of his films, and he's just really awesome. And the end sequence where he's just all guns blazing, just awesome. Yeah, and it's a really, really cool sequence at the end where he's all tooled up commando style and just takes out, pretty much a whole army all by himself, blows a lot of them up, shoots a lot of them, uses garden tools from a shed, which I haven't got those, by the way, but I've thought about adding them to make it more cooler. I might have to do that just to make that even extra cooler. Garden tools to the shed. Might take a bit of searching on eBay, but yeah, might have to do that somewhere along the line. But yeah, it's just really awesome. Now, let's go straight on to the weapons. Now, yeah, it's fair to say that probably Punisher's got far more array of weapons than NECA. Call him NECA. Than Matrix John Matrix. You know, yeah. I mean, he's got the it's M14. I called it M4, I think, on another video, but I think it's M14 automatic machine gun. But you see that he uses that in the, you see it in the poster. He doesn't actually use it in the film. Yeah, so you use it. You see it on the movie poster, but he doesn't actually use it in the film, which is a bit strange. He then uses the shotgun, some variation of a shotgun before he actually becomes the Punisher. Now, this one is the one that I've sawn down, or cut the end off to make it like a sawn off shotgun, because I didn't have a decent sawn off shotgun, so then I ended up cutting off the end of a normal shotgun, and it was really, really terrible, because, you know, it's not cut to the right size, even if it was a sawn off shotgun, but anyway, that's what I ended up with, because I didn't have one. And yeah, so in the process ruined a normal shotgun, so you know, now I needed that, but I can get another one, I suppose. So yeah, he uses a shotgun anyway, a normal shotgun, where it becomes a pun. Then he uses two oh, we won't just go over the sequence of what he uses, we'll just go with what he's got, because this is supposed to be weapon versus weapon. So yeah, he's got the two. Oh yeah, let's do that. The we won't actually use the ones that he doesn't actually use, because then it makes it a bit more evenish. So yeah, let's look at the. Actually, let's look at the handguns first of all. Punisher's got two handguns that he uses in the movie. Sort of those are Desert Eagles or variations of handguns, and he's also got sort of, I think it's a Magnum, which you see in the movie, but he doesn't actually get a chance to fire it when he's fighting the Russian. The Russian squashes it before he gets a chance to use it, but that's the handguns that he uses. Now Dutch has got, I think he's got Desert Eagle or some variation of it. But yeah, he's got one. I thought he used two in Commando, but I think he only uses one. I think he does. So yeah, I think on that Punisher wins because he's got three guns, and Commando's only got the one. So now let's look at the shotguns next. So I just said a minute ago about the Punisher uses a shotgun before he actually becomes the Punisher. Then he uses a Remington style type shotgun, not this one exactly, but a variation of it, when he's robbing Howard Saint's building, and he comes in with a shotgun, and yeah, points out the staff. And then later on he uses a sawn-off shotgun, which I think it was the one that sort of like that, but then he's sawn it down. I think it's supposed to be like that. Obviously it's not the same, but yeah, I'm not sure he uses shotgun, then saws it down later on. I think it's the same shotgun what is in the movie anyway. Yeah, so he uses three, or at least two. Must be two then, because we used that and that. I don't think it's enough one. Yeah, so let's just say he uses two different shotguns. Now, Matrix also uses a shotgun. He uses a shotgun at the end of the end sequence, and obviously not that exact shotgun, but variation of that. So I think again, Punisher wins because obviously he's got a couple shotguns. John Matrix's got one. Now let's look at knives next. Now Punisher uses a, not this one exactly again, but a combat style type knife in the movie. I think he only uses one knife as far as I remember. Yeah, he uses one, but then he also uses a really large, what I believe is some sort of machete. Obviously, again, not this one. This is from a friend of ours, Jason Voorhees. I borrowed this off of. And yeah, obviously not the one that he uses, but he uses it to kill. He killed one or two of Howard Saint's men in the movie. He uses massive machete to kill one or two guys. And again, not this one, but similar to this. Obviously, I haven't got that. Yeah, he uses that as well. Massive machete. So it uses a couple of things. Dutch uses just one, or actually, hold on, he uses three actually. He uses one larger knife, which obviously goes in the a little sheath. He uses one combat. Well, he uses one large combat knife, but then he also uses a couple of smaller knives on the back there, which are not detachable on this figure. But in the movie, he does use two. He throws two of them at two guards and kills them. I think he throws them both in the neck. As far as I remember, I think he throws them both at the same time with two guards' necks. I think at the end sequence. So yeah, he uses three knives. Actually, I'm going to give this one to Matrix on this, because Marjan uses two knives and Dutch uses three knives at least. So gonna give that one to Dutch. So keeping score, Punisher wins on shotguns and handguns, but Matrix wins on knives. Next one is going to be automatic machine guns. This may go to Matrix because I said going on the first one, can't count that as one that he uses in the film because you only see it in the poster, not in using the film. But the one he actually does use now, I've forgotten the name of it, but I did look it up. What weapons they do use in the movie, and this is very, very similar, if not pretty much the one that he does use in the movie. A lot of the detail is the same, and it's quite similar to the gun that he uses at the end of the movie. And Matrix uses the one that he's got in his hand, and now, yeah, just keep forgetting the names of them, and I've forgotten the name of this one. But it's that quite iconic one with sort of that sort of handle or sort of back area bit that's quite distinctive in that film. That sort of squarish sort of back section. Yeah, I quite like the that gun style. I've grown to like it, over the years, and just quite distinctive. That gun that he uses in that. As far as I remember, that's the only time I've seen that gun or type of gun used in a film. But yeah, can't forget the name of it. But yeah, it's that well-known one that he uses. And he also uses a couple of other machine guns. He uses one that's, I think it's got that without the scope on it. And it's the M14, I think, or is it the M24, something like that. Anyway, M14 or whatever, automatic machine gun. He doesn't go into it with that, does he? He picks it up off of a guard and he sort of shoots someone, a couple of them one-handed, you know. But yeah, he takes off a guard, doesn't go into the army base with that. Takes off a guard, but he does use that in the film, and then he also uses another weapon. He gets off of one of the guards, a massive automatic machine gun that he picks off another guard during the during the sequence against the army. Yeah, he takes it off of one of the guards and then just lets loose and blows loads of army guys away, army men, I guess. Um, yeah, and he just takes off one of the army men that he kills, and then he just uses it and just unloads on loads of guys, loads more army men, and he uses that as well. So I think that's, but I think there's now the gun that I can't seem to find at the moment is another gun, another automatic machine gun that he does use, which is a smaller version, smaller variation of a machine gun, which I can't misplaced at the moment. But yeah, so that's 4 different machine guns that he uses in that sort of last section. And I think he uses, oh yeah, or actually he might use that towards, you know, the bit where he sneaks into the base and takes that aeroplane. He sneaks into that army base, takes the aeroplane, and then as they're trying to get away, I think he shoots a couple of guys with a smaller machine gun. And I'm trying to think, I thought he uses that at the end of the movie, but I think he uses that anyway. Can't seem to find that, but it's another, yeah. He uses at least 4, possibly 5 machine guns. Yeah, so as far as I remember, Punisher only uses 1 automatic machine gun. So uses shotguns, handguns, and yeah, I think he only uses 1 automatic machine gun in that. So yeah, I'm going to give it to Dutch on that one. So Dutch has got 2, so that's 2 for Dutch. Done it again. Matrix. So Matrix wins on automatic machine guns and knives, and Punisher wins on shotguns and handguns. So that's 2-2. So the next one is grenades. Now I think Punisher uses quite a few different explosives. He uses not this one exactly with a skull on, but uses hand grenades, the round variation. But he also uses claymores that I wasn't able to get, which I did really want to get to add to the figure. He uses claymore explosives. I was trying to think where he uses another sort of grenade, but he uses a couple of different explosives. He uses claymore, grenades. Not sure if there's something else, but he never uses grenades, a couple of grenades and claymores in that. And Dutch, I've done it again. Matrix, he uses a couple of explosives as well. I'm pretty sure he uses a couple of hand grenades. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure I saw him chuck some hand grenades at some of the army men during the end sequence. I think he does. But then he also does use, I think he uses claymores or something explosive, because he uses them when he sneaks into the army base at the end. He sets up some explosives and then presses a button and they blow up. So yeah, he uses a couple of explosives. So on explosives, I think it's quite even. So that makes us, I think that makes us even, quite even at this stage. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, and then we've got Matrix 1, 2, 3. I think that's, yeah, I think that's quite even. Although Punisher has got a bow and arrow that he uses at the end, and but yeah, just you expected. Commando obviously got sandkilts in his locker. The rocket launcher, the quite distinctive US Army variation, the massive, one he puts on his shoulder. Yeah, that he uses in that quite distinctive variation of that. So yeah, that versus Punisher's bow and arrow is the last sort of weapon. So yeah, quite even. Obviously, rocket launcher would do a lot more damage than crossbow. But yeah, I can say that's pretty even, to be honest. I mean, you would have thought that Punisher would definitely have took it rather looking at things, but yeah, Matrix has sort of, kept level with the Punisher, and yeah, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, and then we've got Matrix wins on knives, 1, wins on automatic machine guns, 2, explosives, that's 3, and rocket launcher, that's 4. So I'll make that all square. So quite even. Although it, as I said, it did look like Punisher had more, and probably, I'd still say probably does have more. But yeah, but I mean, I still make it quite even, funnily enough. But yeah, but I think I've just got to go with my guy Punisher because I just love him, the character, and just this has grown to be probably my favourite action figure probably now because that I've given him all the weapons, which just makes it a lot more cooler. But I still do like John Matrix. But yeah, I'll make it pretty quite even, to be honest. But yeah, I think the only way I'd give it to Punisher just because I like him more, and he's pretty much my favourite character and probably my favourite action figure in the collection. But in terms of what's better on weapons, it's quite even. Yeah, so uh, after all that, guys, I think that is going to be the end of this video. Probably a lot longer than what I wanted to do, but guys, I thought I'd just, on this channel, I just thought I'd have fun doing some of these type of verses and just doing stuff that's different on the channel, not just doing all the same stuff, sort of just doing reviews, collections, just doing something that's just fun and enjoyable. And if anyone, enjoys it, then that makes me happy. But if you find it boring or don't have any interest, and you might not have any interest after seeing the time of the video, 29 minutes. But yeah, if you do enjoy it, then I'm glad you do. But if you find it too long, then that's fair enough. But as I said, I just like to do these videos just in the name of entertainment and fun. And if anyone enjoys them, then that makes me happy. And yeah, I think that's going to be the end of this long video. I'm sorry it's so long, but I just thought I'd do something cool and something different. And yeah, so guys, if anyone does like this video, I'm glad that you do and happy that you enjoyed it. And yeah, thanks for watching if you have, and Please subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, bye for now. See you soon. Take care.